Hi everyone, I'm Andrew Fazakis, the Night Sky Guy, here for Astronomers Without Borders. Welcome to another webcast. This is a special one. It's working to be that, at least. The skies are darkening in China right now for the Lyrid Meteor Shower. It's looking really nice. We'll be going to the live cameras in a next few minutes. So those of you who are not familiar, this is Global Astronomy Month. This is put on by Astronomers Without Borders, which is an international nonprofit basically devoted to doing good around the world using astronomy, the power of astronomy, bringing people together, building community around the world, breaking down borders, be they gender, race, religion, whatever. We are there and we're helping people. And part of that is, of course, appreciating the night sky. It's that common heritage that all of humanity has. And part of that is really showcasing bringing people together and really enjoying some of the beauty of the night sky. And the Lyrid Meteor Shower is just one example of that. It's peaking this weekend, April 22nd to the 23rd. It's an annual shooting star event. They're basically sand grain-sized pebbles that are screeching through the upper atmosphere, hitting the upper atmosphere of the Earth and burning up in a fraction of a second. We call those shooting stars or meteors. And during the Lyrid meteor shower, Earth is basically slamming into a cloud of this debris left behind by a comet. And the name of the comet is Comet Thatcher, and we're slamming into that debris cloud, and that's what we see basically burning up in the upper atmosphere, is that leftover remnants of a comet. And it's really, really impressive to see. You can count anywhere from 10 to 30 shooting stars per hour during the peak time, which is overnight tonight. The moon isn't going to be interfering very much because it's setting early. In fact, you'll be seeing the moon in just a second on cameras. Maybe we can actually go there. Let's see if our AWB National Coordinator for China, Jeff Dai, is a world-renowned nightscape photographer, smartphone photographer, and he is set up his cameras there for our live view. Let's see if we can go there. There we are. Absolutely fantastic. So this is a live view from China. We're looking obviously towards the western sky. The sun has set, and you can see the crescent moon in the center of your screen, and you can see a bright shining light just above left of it. That is the planet Venus. This is just fantastic, isn't it? Just look at that view. The skies are clearing. We're on next to a waterfront. You can see that. There's some lights way in the distance, maybe some town. I'm not quite sure where exactly, but it is getting dark and it's looking really, really beautiful, the skies where Jeff is. So this is our broadcast. Sit back, maybe grab a hot chocolate, a nice drink. Hopefully, maybe you could watch this on a smart TV, perhaps, that you have, or your laptop, or your smartphone, and just sit back and relax and enjoy the show. This is probably going to go on for a while. As the skies darken, we'll be able to begin to see some of the shooting stars. And in the meantime, we've got the camera focused towards the west. Jeff has just a beautiful view of the crescent moon there. And Venus above left. It's just amazing. Two of these are these fellow worlds. Of course, the moon is about 400,000 kilometers away from us, while Venus is many, many millions of kilometers away from us. It takes light from Venus, probably many minutes, I would say, to reach your eye. It's really quite something to be able to see. In fact, just looking up right now, Venus is 155 million kilometers away from Earth, and it takes light 8.65 minutes to reach your eye. 8.5 minutes. So we're actually looking back in time when we're seeing, there's Venus. I'm going to just circle it right there. That's Venus right there, and there's the moon for us right there as well. Just absolutely beautiful. And if you're wondering what This star over here that's an actual star right there. That is Aldebaran. Aldebaran is the lead star in the constellation Taurus the Bull, the ancient Greek mythological constellation, and that's the eye of the ancient bull. It's actually a star in itself. It's an orange. It's a giant star, a red giant star that's located 66 light years away. This one right here, where I'm pointing to, that star. Isn't that amazing that we can see three really different kind of objects: a planet, a moon, and a star, forming a beautiful triangular formation for us right there. It's amazing to think, all of these, things about this star too. It's the brightest star in Taurus. It's actually ranked as the 13th brightest star in the night sky. Isn't that incredible? 13th brightest star in the entire sky. It's really quite something. And it's one of the easiest stars to find in the night sky. Aldebaran is right there. This star is close enough along the highway of the planets and the moon, called the ecliptic, that it actually sometimes the moon hides Aldebaran from our view. Really impressive. Also interesting that NASA's Pioneer 10 spacecraft that flew by Jupiter in 1973, it's actually going to pass by this star in about 2 million years from now. Just incredible. Look at that shimmering lights off on the waterfront there. Again, this is from China. It's just incredible that we can share this around the world thanks to the internet, bringing all of us together like this to share this one view, this beautiful, magical view of the sky as the sun has set. This is again thanks to our Astronomers Without Borders national coordinator, Jeff Dye. He's a world-renowned astrophotographer, and he's providing this live feed. He's gone out to a waterfront for us in a dark sky in China and showing us what it looks like to him. Maybe perhaps it's darkening where you are, wherever you're watching. We'd love to hear where you're watching from. Love to see where our stargazing friends around the world are located. I can see Parth is from India. Nice to see you here. We have Nikki also joining. Where are you watching from, Nikki? Love to hear from all of you guys. And Mital, where are you watching from? On YouTube. You're on YouTube. So this is being broadcast on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook as a live stream in celebration of Global Astronomy Month. It's the 14th annual edition. It's the world's largest astronomy and night sky celebration. Nikki's joining us from Northwest England. So nice to see from you. Very nice. So nice to hear from all of you guys. Gio saying he's looking forward to traveling over the Scottish sky tonight. I hope you have some clear skies there, Nikki. Maybe this weekend you could catch this beautiful light show. Skies are darkening pretty quickly now. Just a gorgeous view of that moon. And I don't know if guys can notice this. If you look really closely at that moon, you'll notice that there is the dark side of the moon, the unlit side, I should say appropriately, is also visible right there. We can actually see that thanks to, it's called Earth shine, and we can see the darker portion of the moon, that the unlit side of that disk, because of sunlight bouncing off of the Earth's clouds and very reflective oceans and bouncing back and lighting up that unlit portion of the moon. Just absolutely gorgeous. We've got Jared on Facebook watching from the Philippines. Great of you to join us, Jared. Hope you're enjoying the show. I know I am. I love watching the night sky. This is fantastic. I'm actually broadcasting, joining Jeff from, not from China, but from Montreal, Canada. And here it's in the morning. It's just 10:21 a.m. The sun is shining. We've got still some snow on the ground where I am. It's about 8 degrees Celsius. But it's morning. But where Jeff is, the sun is set already. Already evening Saturday where he is, and he's gonna get the first shot at watching for the Lyrids, the Lyrid Meteor Shower. We've got Anna joining us from Manchester, United Kingdom. Welcome, Anna. So nice of you to join us. I hope you enjoy the show. Yes, Martin, this is an actual live view we're watching of the moon and Venus above it, and forming a triangle, the faint star Aldebaran. We're waiting for the skies to darken so that we can begin to see the Lyrid Meteor Shower. One of the most magical celestial events, our meteor showers. We love here at AWB showcasing them whenever we can. And of course, during Global Astronomy Month, that's something we absolutely love to do. You can see the shimmering water. We're on a waterfront. Live view, that's for sure, Martin. Just thanks to the wonders of the internet, we can bring this to you. Now, I want to bring attention as the skies are darkening. We're beginning to see some really amazing things. We're looking out even beyond the moon and Venus, beyond our solar system. I've shown you the Aldebaran star, the red eye of the bull, which is beginning to really shine more brightly here. I have my little mouse. But there is something else. If you look right beside the moon, and I want to hear from you guys if you can actually see this. Can you see it? Just give me a thumbs up or say yes in the comments. Can you see this little cluster of stars beside the moon? I'd love to hear if you can see it. I can see it on my screen here. This is just that's right, Martin. You've got Martin's already on the ball. He's got it. That's right. Those are the seven sisters. These ones right here. Seven sisters, or the Pleiades. The Pleiades star cluster is very close to the moon from China. That's where it is positioned. Very close to it. Depending on where you are in the world, the moon might be a little bit farther away from the seven sister stars cluster. This is an absolutely beautiful cluster. It's one of the closest to Earth. The Pleiades are. I'll just show it to you guys again. Right there. And what's amazing about this little cluster here, get this, guys, it's 444 light years away. You're actually watching live through the internet a star cluster glistening, gleaming, twinkling right there before you. And the light, the photons of light have traveled over 4 centuries to reach your eye. You're looking back in time over 4 centuries when you're looking at that little cluster. And if you look at the moon beside it, it's so much closer. It's incredible. It's only 1 light second, 1.2 actually light seconds away from us. Can you imagine? So you're looking back in time only 1 second with the moon, but right beside it, shimmering there is that star cluster, 444 light years away. Wow. Hello to Jester, watching from the Philippines as well. Hope you have some clear skies this weekend to watch the Lyrid Meteor Shower. Martin's asking if there's any stats on how often we can see a shooting star in a minute or so. Well, they're averaged, and there are some observers around the world that are going to be collecting this data to see. On average, you know, if there's about 20 meteors per hour, that's one every 3 minutes or so, approximately. Dark skies, pending, of course. Parth is asking how to join AWB. Well, you can just go to the website, gam-awb.org. That will take you to the Global Astronomy Month, our GAM calendar. And there are links above at the top navigation bar that says join. And you can just simply join. It's for free. And join our global community. We've got over 12,000 members in 143 different countries. Believe it or not, it's incredible. And we're growing all the time. So love to see more people from different countries join our global community of sky watchers everywhere. We've got educators, teachers, informal educators working at planetariums, amateur astronomers, all kinds of people from all walks of life joining us who share in the amazement of astronomy and love to help in doing good in the world using astronomy. AWB brings STEM education resources to folks everywhere around the world who are in the need. Maybe it's a classroom somewhere that's missing some resources, or perhaps there's a travel company that's looking to be interested in doing programming for people, or maybe there's a solar eclipse somewhere and there's a need for solar eclipse classes for an upcoming eclipse. AWB is there to help. So you can join, it's easy. You can also go to astronomerswithoutborders.org and just click on the join and follow the links and fill it out. You'll be part of our community around the world. Parth, I hope to see you there. Sharon, hey there. Nice to see you from Columbus, Ohio. Hope you get to see some shooting stars and make some wishes. Anna's asking if we can get closer, please. This is a set wide shot from China that our national coordinator, AWB national coordinator Jeff Dye, is setting up for us. I don't have any way to actually communicate. It's his lens, his stuff that he has, so we can't zoom in. It's this particular view that you're seeing is designed to get a wide shot of the sky so that we can see the meteors that are going to be falling. And it's starting to get dark enough that we should be able to see some meteors now very soon. And look for those fireballs, those unusually bright ones that are maybe baseball, basketball sized stones, much bigger than the average meteor, which is only like a grain of sand. those bigger ones, they can cause unusually bright meteors. We call them fireballs. Astronomers call them bolides. And they can put on quite a show. Leave a streak behind that lasts a few seconds, perhaps. There's Jeff moving the camera. Looks really interesting. He's repositioning it. You can see there's the water front below, a glow from the sunset. And my goodness, look at the stars. Jackie, welcome. Watching from Alberta. You have clouds tonight. Well, the Lyrids, while they're peaking tonight, they'll be still visible, some of them, some stragglers on Sundays and Monday as well. So hopefully you'll have some clear skies. But if not, I'm so happy you could join us, Jackie. At least you get to see it virtually here. All the way from China. From our friend Jeff Dye. He's been gracious enough to set up his equipment and let the world in on what he can see in his neck of the woods. And look what's popped into the screen here. We know the skies are getting real nice because we can see a very prominent constellation right here, folks. Can anyone tell me what they're seeing here? One of the main things that you can tell which constellation is by those three stars. Those three stars, that's called the Orion's Belt. I've got Martin's on the ball, Keely. Also Orion, that's right. Absolutely, that's Orion's Belt. A very prominent wintertime constellation for those of us that are in the northern hemisphere. Those that are in the southern hemisphere, it's in the summertime that it's really prominent. And there's while the belt of Orion is here, you can see the very bright star called Betelgeuse. A real funny name. Betelgeuse, bright red giant star we think is going to explode in a supernova one day. Wow. We don't know when. Maybe it could be tomorrow, it could be 100,000 years from now. But astronomers are keeping an eye on that star for sure, and it's about 550 light years away. This star right there. Right here. This star. That's Betelgeuse. Here's the belt of Orion. And this other bright star here is called Rigel. Kind of marks the foot or the knee of the mythical hunter. And Rigel's a powerhouse in itself. It's 860 light years away, that star. Can you imagine? 860 years it takes light to come here for us to see it. Just incredible. And if we look very closely, can you guys see those three stars I'm marking out with the mouse right there? 1, 2, 3. These three are known as the Sword of Orion. The Sword of Orion, hanging off of the belt of Orion. And what's really interesting is there's a gleam in the Sword of Orion. If you look very closely, that middle star of the three, it's not really a singular star. It marks what we call, amateur astronomers, the gleam in the sword of Orion. And that gleam, that central gleam, the three stars, is actually the Orion Nebula. It's a giant star factory, or a stellar nursery. Imagine baby stars, a collection of them, are being born inside of a giant cloud. that's located over 1,400 light years away. And you, my friends, are seeing this live, as am I. Wherever you are around the world, you're looking at the photons that have arrived, taken over 1,400 years to make their journey to be visible here on our skies. Absolutely amazing. And it just looks like a little point of light, doesn't it? Well, if you've got clear skies anytime this week, check it out. It's in the southwest. After darkness falls, look for the belt of Orion and the sword underneath. If you've got binoculars, you'll be able to see that Orion Nebula even better. It looks like a gray little smudge. Just beautiful little tidbits of knowledge of the universe right there. Carolyn's watching from Quebec, Luskville. Welcome, Carolyn. Hope you enjoy the show. As we wait for those Lyrid meteors to streak through the screen, keep your eyes peeled. They're going to be coming as the skies darken. The moon is setting, leaving behind darker skies in the coming minutes and hours. Indeed, the Lyrid Meteor Shower is visible across the world, Asia included. In fact, our live stream here, what you're watching, is from China, live today, Saturday, April 22nd. The meteors will appear to be radiating out from the eastern part of the sky, but it doesn't really matter. You don't have to face the eastern part of the sky tonight. Just get a clear view of the overhead sky where you have no obstruction, no trees or buildings. Get as much of a view of the overhead sky as you can. Get comfortable. Lay down on a blanket perhaps, or a lawn chair, so you don't get a crink in your neck. You don't want to be staring up and stretching your neck for many minutes and hours watching. You want to be comfortable for this show. And it's going to take, at least a half hour, an hour of viewing to get some good views of meteors and shooting stars. So get comfortable, maybe get a drink, something, hot chocolate, water, whatever you like, and blankets perhaps if it's cool. You want to stay warm. And watch the skies. And of course, if you've got friends and family, kids, it becomes even more fun. But of course, if you have cloudy skies tonight, well, that's what we're here for. Astronomers Without Borders has you covered with our live stream from China of the Lyrid Meteor Shower. There's Jeff making checks about what his live stream's all about. Beautiful. just joining, welcome to Astronomers Without Borders live stream from China. Thanks to our AWB National Coordinator Jeff Dye, world-renowned astrophotographer, providing us live views from the waterfront as the skies begin to darken for this annual celestial show that everyone can enjoy. We have the moon, that super bright object right here, setting now, getting lower and lower in the sky, joined by Venus up here. And there's some familiar entities too, like Orion constellation here setting as well. There's the Orion's belt. And forming a triangle with the moon and Venus is the red eye of the bull, Aldebaran, the 13th brightest star in our skies on Earth, 66 light years away. What's interesting is that it is part of the face of the bull, while Aldebaran marks the eye of the bull. Maybe guys aren't familiar, but there are just amazing things in the sky if you know where and when to look for. And right here on this broadcast, we can see this V formation of stars. You guys see that? That V formation is known as the Hyades cluster. It's one of the closest star clusters to Earth. They are actually associated with each other, except for Aldebaran. Aldebaran kind of just happens to be in the same line of sight. In fact, Aldebaran's between us here on Earth and this V-shaped cluster called the Hyades. And these stars were born together millions of years ago in a ancient cloud, gas and dust. They're wandering away from each other, but yet they happen to form this beautiful V-shaped cluster that the human eye really zeroes in on as what we call an asterism. And the Hyades is located approximately, we think, about 176 or 180 light years away. So it's really closer than the Pleiades or Seven Sisters over here. This little tight cluster is 444 light years away, while this is about 180 light years away. So it's even closer than the Pleiades, the Hyades is. It's just a beautiful cluster. It marks the face of the bull, or the head of the bull, while Aldebaran is the red eye of the bull. Beautiful stuff on this live stream. An impromptu sky watching lesson. Astronorm, hi, nice to see you. Norm's our AWB National Coordinator for the Philippines. Welcome, Norm. So glad you can join us. Norm's asking, what's the limiting magnitude on Jeff's location? I'm not quite sure, but it looks pretty impressive that we can see some of these stars. I'm gonna take some time and see what is the faintest stars that are visible on this camera view. I'm gonna try to do that myself, try to investigate and get back to you on that. Norm says, unfortunately, he's clouded out from my end of the Philippines. Well, I'm glad you could join us, Norm. At least we can enjoy Jeff's beautiful camera view together with the world. Hey folks, Andrew Fizakis, the Night Sky here for Astronomers Without Borders. Welcome to our Global Astronomy Month celebrations as they continue throughout April. You're watching a live stream from China. So nice of you to join us. Beautiful live stream of the Lyrid Meteor Showers peaking this weekend. Folks in China get one of the first views in the world of the peak. Some of us in the Western Hemisphere have to wait until it gets dark. I'm in Montreal, Canada. It's 10:50 a.m. here, so I've got to wait probably another 12 hours before I get to really get my chance to see. Hopefully it'll get clear skies where I am. I had a question here from the Philippines from Astronorm about the limiting magnitude here on this camera view. What's interesting is I did a little bit of digging and I kind of looked around at what some of the fainter stars are. And one of the fainter stars you can see here, there's a collection of 3 stars here in the constellation Orion. And then there's this really faint one. There's the brightest of the 3 here, and then just above it is a faint one. I've got it on my screen, computer screen, which is kind of a larger screen that I have access to, a secondary screen, and I have it full-blown, the image of the live stream, and I've got the mouse on that very faint star. It's a small double star in Orion, and it is 5.6 magnitude. 5.6 magnitude, 1,100 light years away, that star. So I'll continue looking around and seeing if there's anything more that I can see. Fainter stars, perhaps. Just above it is another faint star right there. That's magnitude 6. So I know at least this camera view can see down to magnitude 6, what we're seeing here, which is very impressive. That is about the limit of what the human eye can see from the most pristine skies in the world. So what you're seeing here, the view on this camera, and remember that the camera, the CCD imager on the camera that is being used here by Jeff, is more sensitive than the human eye. So the sky conditions, if you were there on site, are probably what you would see is not as many stars necessarily with the human eye. Perhaps, depending on how the light pollution is, which you can see there is some light pollution in the horizon. But we may be getting a mimicking of the view of the best view that the human eye could see from a dark location. Lena, watching from Brunei. Cloudy here too. Been waiting for tonight since early April. Well, here we are together, Lena, watching the beautiful Lyrid Meteor Showers that is going to kick in. I'm waiting for those meteors. Has anyone seen one? I've been so busy here doing all kinds of things, making measurements. Haven't been really just gazing at the live feed as much, but I'm sure there's going to be something kicking in soon. Still daylight in South Africa. Welcome, Lisa Marie. Welcome, Ellie Rose from the Philippines. Hope you have clear skies. Enjoy the show. For those of you just coming in, welcome. This is AWB's continuing celebration of Global Astronomy Month, the world's largest celebration of astronomy and night sky. We party all April. We invite everyone around the world, share their events, local events, global events with us. And we're really excited to bring this live view of the Lyrid Meteor Shower, one of the staples of shooting star shows that are visible every year. It's always around April 22nd that it peaks. And we can expect anywhere from 15 to 30 shooting stars per hour over the course of the next few hours, as the Earth slams into the thick debris cloud left behind by Comet Thatcher. Sand grain-sized particles slamming into the upper atmosphere, causing streaks of light. Welcome, everyone. This is Astronomers Without Borders celebration of Global Astronomy Month, 14th edition. And we're excited to bring you this live stream from China of the Lyrid Meteor Shower peaking tonight. The sun has set in the last hour and a half, 2 hours ago in China. Skies are darkening. You can see the moon glowing at the lower left portion. That's the very bright circle there in the sky. That's the moon, the crescent moon. Above left is a star that's in fact planet Venus glowing there. And we're waiting for shooting stars to appear. I think one or two may have gone through the screen already in the last half hour. And we're going to expect more to happen. The peak of the Lyrids occurs generally late at night, and expect anywhere from 15 to 30 shooting stars per hour. So we're talking about, on average, about 1 every 3 minutes that may be visible. So that should be really nice to see. We should see fireballs perhaps scattered throughout the following hours. So that'll be very interesting to see. This is thanks to Astronomers Without Borders National Coordinator for China, Jeff Dai. His outfit is perched on the side of a lakefront, looking into the sky towards the northwest. You can see a constellation that's familiar to many in the northern hemisphere called Cassiopeia. It looks like a giant W in the sky, located right here. Cassiopeia, the queen of Ethiopia in ancient Greek mythology. It's a northern constellation, quite bright. It's a good guidepost for finding your way around the night sky. If you're interested in finding out more information about Astronomers Without Borders, we're in 143 different countries around the world, over 12,000 members. We do good using astronomy. We're a non-profit 501c based in the United States, but we do work everywhere around the world with over 53 national coordinators in different parts of the world, bringing resources to those in need. School children, teachers, educators at museums, planetariums, elementary schools, primary schools, colleges, all over the world, bringing resources, bringing things like telescopes to people who need to have resources for education, solar eclipse glasses to enjoy safely eclipses in different parts of the world. If you'd like more information, we invite you to visit our website at astronomerswithoutborders.org, or you could go through our Global Astronomy Month calendar at gam-awb.org. That's gam-awb.org, and that'll take you to our Global Astronomy Month calendar of events that are happening throughout the month of April. We have 1 week left of celebrations. Oh, there was a meteor zipping by just here. Did you guys see that? Anyone else catch that? That was a nice slow-moving meteor. I'd love to see that in the comments. guys. There's a satellite moving through the picture right there. I have my mouse on it. Two of them. There's another one here and another one there. And there's another one over here. I don't know if you guys are seeing that. There are satellites visible on this image. Just keep watching. There's interesting things happening in between the meteors. There's another satellite right there, guys. Going through, slowly moving through the screen. I have the mouse right there. You can see it moving across the screen. And there's another one right there. And there's a bright one right there, moving.
Just a reminder, when you're watching satellites, you're actually seeing them because the sunlight is reflecting off the metallic parts, the solar panels potentially, the metal surface of the highly reflective surface of the satellites. And there's two satellites right there, almost look like they were going to collide together. Of course, they're at different altitudes. Some are low, like 800 kilometers. Others are, say, 30,000 kilometers above our heads. And there's another one there. There's a lot of action in the skies. There's about 4,000, 5,000, I think, functioning satellites around, and there's about 50,000 at least objects that are being tracked from Earth, human-made objects that are orbiting the Earth. Hello to everyone around the world. This is Astronomers Without Borders webcast of the Lyrid Meteor Shower. We're watching a view from China, thanks to our national coordinator for China, Jeff Dai, a world-renowned astrophotographer who's been gracious enough to set up his equipment on a waterfront, looking towards the northwest. It's the sun has set a little while ago, well over an hour ago, maybe even a couple of hours ago, I would say. And there you can see the moon setting low in the sky. Above left is planet Venus right there, and a whole bunch of constellations visible, and little friends you can see. Whoops, we're moving the camera a little bit over now. Different parts of the sky visible. You can see Orion's belt just barely peeking out from the glow and the light pollution from this distant lights there. Our limiting magnitude is at least magnitude 6, which is the limit of human vision from the most darkest skies that would be visible anywhere around the world. So what you're seeing is about mimicking what the human eye could see in the most pristine conditions. Mohammed is asking if I can point out where there'll be meteor. The meteor shower will be. You would see a streak of light anywhere. It could be in any direction, and so it's really just a matter of luck to see one of these meteors. So you just have to keep watching, and they could be anywhere. And it depends, if the camera will eventually catch some. We've already seen, I think, about 3, but we should see more in the coming minutes and hours because the skies continue to get darkened. And where Jeff is in China, it's turning towards midnight, and this is the time period when the meteor shower becomes even more visible locally where he is. There's a plane you can see here blinking, so we know that's not a satellite. Again, it's Global Astronomy Month, 14th annual edition. It's the world's largest celebration of astronomy in the night sky, and we invite you to join Astronomers Without Borders. We have 12,000 members across the world. Joining is free, and you join our global community in 143 different countries. You may be doing astronomy, maybe communicating with the public, doing star parties with amateur astronomers. Maybe you're just interested in astronomy and would like to learn more about it, the hobby. This is a great place to do it. We have an online community platform on our website that's designed specifically to help share information and resources. And that's what we're about, giving all of you a platform, a voice, a global voice to share what you're doing in your part of the world with everyone else. Our motto is one people, one sky. We all share the same heritage of the night sky. It belongs to all of humanity, and it's just the awe and wonder of the universe is on display tonight. That's what we're seeing here from China. So thank you for joining our webcast, wherever you are. I'd love to hear in the comments of where you're watching this from, where you're located. It's just really neat to be able to have everyone come together and watch this spectacular night sky unfold. And if you're interested, please visit our website, astronomerswithoutborders.org, and click on the join button and join for free. Also, we have our Global Astronomy Month calendar of events that you'll find at gam-awb.org. That's gam-awb.org. Welcome to everyone again. This is amateur astronomy group, Astronomers Without Borders.org, bringing you this Global Astronomy Month presentation of the Lyrid Meteor Shower peaking that you're seeing over China right now. We've got a comment here from Astronorm, our national coordinator for the Philippines, chiming in, saying that the International Meteor Organization estimates the ideal peak position, timing-wise, for this Lyrid shower today is centered around 1 a.m. Universal Time on April 23rd. So we are hours away from the actual peak that is being calculated. However, as Norm points out, it's variable and cannot be predicted perfectly. So while that's the ultimate peak, you'll see lots of shooting stars before the predicted peak or after the predicted peak. So wherever you are, once it gets dark and it comes late night, near your midnight, wherever you are around the world, where it becomes closer to midnight, the activity level will increase. The visibility of the meteor shower will increase for you, where you are. Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew Fizakis, the Night Sky Guy, here for Astronomers Without Borders. Welcome to our continuing celebration of Global Astronomy Month, April long. It's an entire month of celebrating humanity's connection to the night sky, celebrating astronomy. One people, one sky is our message, and it's something we all share. Today we're here looking at a live stream of the Lyrid Meteor Shower that's peaking this weekend around the world. Best views are throughout probably the northern hemisphere, but it's visible everywhere around the world. Expect anywhere from 15 to 30 shooting stars per hour visible, depending on sky conditions locally. If you've got clear skies and you can find a spot that has an unobstructed view of the night sky, no buildings, trees, and things like that, then sit back and relax and enjoy the show where you are. And be patient. Find a comfortable place where you can lie down, perhaps a reclining lawn chair, a blanket. You need to get comfortable because you don't want to get a crink in your neck, hurt your neck by looking up for long periods of time. And just be patient and watch for those meteors. It's amazing to think that those shooting stars or meteors are no bigger than a grain of sand. Really incredible. And they hit the atmosphere at extreme speeds of anywhere from 60 to 200,000 kilometers per hour when they hit the atmosphere. And they just burn up in a fraction of a second. And that's what we see. Those are the meteors. And they're in a cloud in space that Earth is slamming into. It's a cloud of the sand grain-sized particles that is left behind by a comet called Comet Thatcher. And as it rounds the sun, the comet melts. It's made mostly of ice and dirt. And then it leaves behind this amazing cloud of material. And that's what our planet hits every year around April 22nd, 23rd. And we get to see this beautiful light show. Thanks for everyone joining. Wherever you're watching, please put in, love to see where you're located around the world. So it'd be nice to see where you're watching. If you're seeing any meteors where you are located, perhaps in your skies, perhaps you're watching this on your device while you're outside watching your own meteor shower, wherever you are. And it's amazing to see in this footage from China, thanks to our national coordinator in China, Jeff Dai, who's a world-renowned astrophotographer. He's got a great setup here. Look at that. There's another, if you look carefully, there's lots of satellites that are visible streaking across this image. There's one right there moving. And if you continue watching, you'll see other ones in this footage. You just have to keep watching. Here's another one I just found right there. This one's a little bit brighter. Remember, you're looking at sunlight hitting the outside of this satellite. That's very reflective, and that's why you can see it there. It's just at the top of the screen. You can see my mouse showing you where it is. Here's another one going right there. Another satellite. You know it's a satellite because it's not blinking. It's not, the lights aren't blinking. It's a very steady light, and then kind of slowly disappears into the darkness as it enters the shadow of Earth.
Hello，各位朋友们。然后我们现在已经快到12:40了。我想做一件事情，就是把我们的那个相机啊，现在移到东边去。因为那个方向是可以看到星星的倒影的，会比我们现在这边看着更漂亮。但是挪过去就比较麻烦。不过说实话，我还是有一点点想尝试一下的。这边今天因为风大，就没有办法出很好的倒影。你们看到流星了吗？我主要点开评论，看看大家都在看流星。主要确实是一个问题，就是那边的倒影会比较好看，但是得用那种超广角的镜头才会比较好漂亮一点。超广角就会导致一些暗的流星看不见，就会比较小，不会像现在这个24毫米这么好看。你们怎么都在尖叫？又一颗，说的我都不该。绿色的吗？我都没看到。谁刚才录屏呢？发给我看看。哎呀，我一直都没录像。哇，是火流星吗？我现在看到那个御夫座的那个位置，还有一个那个流星的残骸，是吗？现在残骸消失了，啊，一定是一个非常大的火流星。12:45，绿尾巴，糟了，我没录像。天哪，感觉错过了几百个亿。你们有看到发给我吗？好不好？我都没看到，我就看到那个尾迹。你们拍下来了的，麻烦微博发私信给我，这样我就能收到。我是想来折腾一下把我那个相机挪到那边去，然后那边会比较好看。但我也怕麻烦，算了吧，就这样吧，我就摆烂了。感觉错过火流星，好伤心啊！那个一定特别亮，因为我发现御夫座的那个星星的那个倒影，不是那个火流星的那个尾迹，还持续了好长时间。这风特别特别大。那刚才那个流星是不是把水面都照亮了？好几个火流星吗？我一晚上都没录，我觉得我好傻呀，我一直都没录。错过多少个亿？你们有录的，麻烦把微信那个微博发给我，我看一看那个火流星长什么样子。Jeff 的星空之旅啊，我都不敢在外面待着了，就这风一直对我吹，又冷，就我现在穿着2件羽绒服的。默默酱，麻烦你发给我好不好？我想看一看。哎， 那刚才那颗火流星，我的那个相机一直在拍，我肯定拍到了。对，主播已经开始流鼻涕了。我有一个相机在拍的，就这个方向。我只是这个实时的录屏，直播的我们没有把录制的功能打开。对，我有一个相机在拍。12:45，明天看回放的时候来看一看。但我现在还没收到谁发给我微博的私信。反正现在我没看到那一颗长什么样。我不听歌，今天这个样子，这么大的风，哪是听歌，我是听风声。是这样子的，就是我现在是对着朝西的一个盐田，然后还有另外一边朝东的也有个盐田，然后朝东的那个因为它会凹下去一部分，刚好这个风呢就没有办法，就没有那么强。好，有的时候稍微风小一点点呢，它那个倒影就会特别漂亮。只不过得使用那种广角镜头才能够把它拍得出来，效果会更好看一点。大概是这样一个情况。我不在海边，我们在新疆的克拉玛依。主播已经穿了2层羽绒服了，然后戴了帽子。我就想看个火流星，其他没什么。我只要不跟大家说话，我躲在车里面，我就不会冷。然后我现在站在外面就很冷，这温度我看看，我估计在0度左右。然后但是吹着这个风，风力特别强，实际的体感温度会更低一些。然后我现在是2层羽绒服，然后穿的羽绒裤，所以说整体还好，在室内是不太冷的。然后我今天晚上是准备要拍摄一整夜。然后这里是早上5点半天亮，所以说我想尽可能的多拍到流星，那这是我的计划。其实北边好像有个地方灯要少一些，我把画面往右转一转看，我调一个方向啊。就我感觉没有录屏是很伤的一件事儿。我们要不要看这边吧？我们朝着北边看一看。我觉得流星得1/13，这亮度应该好一些。啊，大家看到没有？银河已经从这边开始要升起来了。好，我们就朝这个方向看银河升起来的方向，我们就不看倒影。然后上面那颗很亮的那个就是织女星。哎，好哎，我也去调个机位，让另外一个相机也拍这边。好了，我就去折腾了。我觉得有点冷，真的有点冷。然后我到时候就跟大家打字说话吧，受不了了。主要现在画面是挺亮的，就这样，我觉得还挺好看的。